So as you come in and you see this live come on, say hi, let me know that you're here so we know that we're not just hanging out by ourselves, even though that would be so much fun. We're actually here to do card readings. So that's what we're here to do. Jenny and I are going to do some intuitive card readings. So let us know when you come on and that you're here, and we will do that. So let's kind of kick things off while we wait for everyone to come on, Jen.
Yep, sure.
And I'm going to just share a little bit about you. So some people are going to be able to watch this on replay. So I have been working with Jen for how long now?
It's nearly 12 months. Oh, it is 12 months, over 12 months.
Oh, yes. Aren't I lucky?
Yes.
and Jen's located in far north Queensland. So yay, Jen. Unlike me in Sydney, it's like, oh my goodness, it's cold. It's cold. Yes. And I've had the privilege of working with Jen in a psychic mediumship journey. So it's been really awesome to do that and to connect with you and to get to know you. You've got a really amazing energy. And what I've seen you do and how you've been able to facilitate and help people in their journey, I think is just magnificent. So hi, Pauline. Hi, Michelle. Thanks for being here.
Oh, the lovelies.
Thanks. I want to share something, and this is really special. Hi, Donna. Hi, Chanel. As part of when the students work with me and they're going through their certification process, the last thing that they have to do is do a reading on me. Now, if I told them that at the start, they probably wouldn't do it. But that's what they have to do. And I have to say, this is the thing about Jen, it was the best reading that I've had. And I've had readings from people that have profiles, like, people know their name.
Yeah.
I'm a hard read by all accounts, according to those people. And the reason it was so amazing is because she let go, and that's what I love about the way that you work, Jen. You let go of the sort of, and you lean into whatever happens, and you brought through someone that I did not expect at all. And truly, I didn't know a great deal about, but the message was so profound and it was so special. And I don't know if you remember it or not.
Not really.
Awesome. You're not supposed to, so that's great. so
hi, Melissa and Tareen.
Hi, Catty. So the message was from a nun that I had at boarding school. Yes, I went to boarding school. Guess what? They asked me to leave. I was a little bit too much for the nuns, but that's a whole nother story. It's a whole nother story. But it was just the most amazing message that came through. So I thought it was awesome. And it was one of the best readings that I've ever had. So you are phenomenal, and I just want everyone to kind of get to meet you and connect with you. So I'd love you to share a little bit about your journey and how you kind of found yourself in this space.
Okay, well, for me, it kind of started when I was about 16, where I was interested in the esoteric type of things. I'd buy books and all that, but I always felt very different to everyone else, so I never spoke to a great deal of people about it. And because of where we lived, we didn't have a lot of people around that worked in these types of areas and things. And slowly it kind of evolved. I bought tarot cards and fiddled with those for years and years and years. And a couple of times I started courses, but they were with people overseas and that type of thing. It was really hard to get on lives and all that and to feel part of a group or a tribe or whatever you want to call it, a community. And then recently I found your college and I thought, ooh, this looks very interesting. So I just dived into, the Intuit Psychic and then into the mediumship. And there's a few more that I want to continue doing. And
We've got some fun coming. Hi, Anne.
it's always been there in the background, and it's something that I've played with here and there, and
yeah, we do have some. We were talking that before we came on. The exciting things about how excited we are about a couple of things that are coming. Even me. So we're going to do this for you guys, and as we're going to do it, we're going to do it, and we're going to. I'm going to share some more about Jen as we do it, but I'm going to just kind of kick us off. So Jen, while I'm just pulling a card for whoever is the kind of the first person to ask for one, I want you to think about some kind of weird story or experience that you want to share. So I would let who would like a card? Otherwise, I'm just going to pick someone. I will randomly pick someone.
So I had an experience when my father passed away. On the day that he died, the night before, I'd been out at a thing until 5 a.m. in the morning, and I was tired, hungover, you name it. And I got the call to say that Dad was really low and to go out and see him. So I went out and I sat with him for about an hour or so and said my goodbye, and I went down to my sister-in-law's place and I fell asleep on the couch, and I was absolutely dead to the world, and she was just doing housework or whatever, and all of a sudden I woke up out of a deep sleep and scared the bejesus out of her. She really... And it would be about 5 minutes later, my mum then called to say that Dad had passed. So while I was sleeping, him passing, transitioning through, had actually woken me from my sleep. And then the night of his wake, he came to me and sat on the bed and said, "It's all okay, Jen, I'm good up here."
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
Really good. I'm going to say that having those kind of experiences, I had a similar kind of thing with when my puppy died, but my grandmother said, "Hey, we've got her." So really cool. So just going to draw a couple of cards. So hi, Jessica, thanks for joining us. Hi, Cameron. And hi, Natalia. So hi, we're going to just do a couple of cards. So you can see there's a big thing on the screen there for those people. Jen's also offering discounts on anyone that wants readings with her to book with her. So the details are there. And she's got a coupon code for people that are also wanting a bit of a discount. So that is there for those people too. So just need to just work out. All right. So let me just kind of go. We'll do a couple of cards and then I'm going to share something as well.
Yes.
Hi, Caroline. Hi, Claire. Okay.
Jessica. Wild Moon.
Okay, so this is for Victoria because I think she was the one that I saw first on there. So Victoria, it's kind of drawn for a couple of cards for you. So, and it's really interesting. And I look at them, and what I am being drawn for you. One's imagine. So it is all about having that that space to create. I'm going to say just to create because it's not only create, it's manifest, but it's to manifest and share because this one is ours, and it is that wisdom within you and that you have within you. And as I consider that, what that looks like, I'm actually getting made aware that there's two ways that you're going to share it, or there's two types of wisdom that you're going to present that's sitting within you. There's a lot of change also that's showing up around you. So if there is, lean in, enjoy it. Change can sometimes be challenging, that comes up too. And when I consider where that sits, I'm actually getting a card here that is, romance and enjoyment and fulfillment and balance. So maybe it is a change that brings in a little bit more balance, or it sits in that intimate space that is coming up. Anything that is coming up also that looks like unfinished, because I've got this sort of unfinished flow that is around you too. So anything that is that unfinished still needs to be completed, even some things that are really basic like bills attending. So we've got a couple of things. And so when I lean into all this and make it make sense, like so it does make sense, one, I'm aware of that creative flow and I'm letting the imagination kind of just come through you. And it'll come through in two different ways, or it'll be presented, or you'll feel that you have to present it in two different ways. Now you're going to have this kind of thing off to the side that might be that family, that restriction, that intimate connection, where you're going to need to have the balance as you maneuver your way through what you are creating or what you are sharing, and then still having balance in this space as you're trying to tidy up what you need to tidy up, finish what needs to be finished. So it is about the ebb and flow of everything for you at the moment, Victoria. So, Jen.
I have a card here for Caroline. Caroline, I feel as though there's a decision that you need to make. You're weighing things up. You may need to prioritize or, keep the balance with your decision. Make sure that when you make this decision, you do it from a heart-based area. Something that you've been wanting or deserving is on its way. So make good of your decision. Keep a balance on it, sweetheart. Thank you.
So I wanted to share something, because we're doing a little share for a sec in between cards. And when we were talking before, we're like, oh, what do we want to kind of talk about? And we said, weird experiences. And one of my most I don't know if it's weird, but it's definitely one of my most favorite moments with spirit in a reading was I was working with someone's father in spirit, and I had the daughter here. And I often ask them, how do we know you're around? What are you doing, so we can kind of keep an eye out for you? And he showed me flushing the toilet. And I remember saying, I think I even said it out loud, because sometimes I forget and I talk out loud. And I'm like, geez, man, that would be really annoying if you're flushing the toilet all the time. And I said to the daughter, he says he's flushing the toilet. And she just was gobsmacked. And she said, it was only yesterday that her mother was babysitting her young children. And she rang her at work and said, I can't get the toilet to stop leaking. The water kept coming through it and coming through it and coming through it. So Dad was bothering his wife while she was babysitting. And I just thought it was just brilliant. And apparently in total true form of what Dad would be like. Dad would annoy Mum all the time and was still doing it from the other side, which I just thought was hilarious, absolutely hilarious.
That's so cool.
They just still do that. So I just got to pull a couple of cards.
Yep.
All right. So let me just see who I'm drawn to. Okay. Okay. So then the two. All right. So this is for, is it Natalia Scalavino? So this is, it's all about things that feel like we're not moving the way that we want. So think about where in life that it just feels like with same story, we're in a cycle of some way. And what I'm being told of around that is that there is a delay, a procrastination, and not moving forward. And so that's why we feel like we're in this same story. It does feel like it's impacting how you feel about yourself, or your self-esteem may be a little bit lower. So this is sitting in that space. Excellent. So be aware of that, the conversations that you are having to yourself, because it is having an impact on you. So that is, I just want to say, thank you. It's right. And I just want to check, like, how long is this going? They did say it's going to change. So I just want to see when. Thanks. This only, so because it is a chunk of time, and that I'm aware that it might be whatever is kind of sitting there that's in this cycle that is holding you in this space. It's got a couple of more weeks and then it dissipates, but it does feel like we've got a big opportunity for like regeneration, regrow, rebuild, put things back together in a different way than what they were. And it starts with the conversations that you're having with yourself. So that's how you're going to change the energy that's going to change everything else. So be really aware of that self-talk, because it is part of this process. And if you change the self-talk, you're going to change everything for yourself. So hopefully that helps you in some way. Excellent. Thank you. Yes.
I have a card here for Marion Marsh. Marion, I feel that it's time for you to embrace your life purpose, or you're seeking your life purpose. Now actually is a brilliant time to work with the moon cycles and things like that to bring about any manifestation or whatever you want to bring into your world. I feel that you're at your best when you're being your authentic self. So don't give up on what it is that you truly want to do and feel inclined toward. Don't allow other people to put a damper on things. And I'm also feeling that you're feeling a little bit boxed in at the moment. You may need to broaden your views or way that you're doing things. I hope that is helpful for you, Marion.
We've got two Carolines apparently joining us today. So do you know which Caroline your card reading was for, Jen?
It was for Caroline.
Okay, so it's in 2 words. All right, awesome. So tell me about, so you've got psychic readings available for people and mediumship readings available.
Yes.
Your discount is for both? Your 20% discount?
Yes.
Great.
And a tarot and oracle card.
So it's across the board?
Yes.
Okay, and you, no matter, because you're at the top of Queensland, so people can have a reading with you via Zoom?
Yes. All of my readings are done via Zoom unless you're a local and I can catch up with you. Yep.
All right, excellent.
Yes.
I'd like to know, I saw there was something else that you offered, and I have to say I don't see this very often. You had something there about vision boards.
Yes, I do, but I haven't finished making my plan for it, so it's not available just yet. I need to
tease us with what it's going to look like.
Well, I would hope that the person comes with their vision board already created, although I can help them create a digital one or whatever. And then from the pictures that they choose and the life areas, I then do a tarot draw on each of those life areas and use tarot and psychic intuition.
So technically they could be online then. They just kind of need to have their life areas and show their board, could they, or something?
Yes.
That way?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
I just need to see the board so that we're both on the same page. And
interesting. I've never seen that offering before, and I thought, I need to understand that. I need to understand that. All right, so I'm just going to draw a card for Wild Moon. This is about, I'm going to say, when we need to make a decision or we feel like we're kind of split in that space and we're like, oh, do I go left? Do I go right? This type of thing. It's funny. I'm like, which way does she go? Or he, which way? And it's interesting. And it's really interesting. I'm going to say Wild Moon because I heard one thing, but my body went the other way, which just tells me you're exactly kind of, I don't know which way I want to go because I'm like, I want to go left, but I kind of want to go, like I heard right. So it is that space, but I'm also aware too that there is no wrong choice because one we're going to take you a little bit more direct route, and the other one is a little bit of a longer journey. But the longer journey one, or the one that feels going to take you a little bit longer to get to where you want, it actually feels a little bit better. It's about that whatever happens along that way that's really nice. Thanks. And this does, and I'm kind of going, where does it sit in your life? Like, which kind of main area does it sit in your life? And I actually am aware that there is, because now I've got this for you as well, which is fork in the road. So it's like, wow, we do have some choices, Wild Moon. And I'm like, I actually do think, because I was feeling work, but then I heard home. So whether these changes are going to impact, both, because sometimes when we change our job or we change our direction at work, then we have to move, or where we are is a little bit different, and we have to do something there that is a little bit different. The other thing too that I'm being made aware of, this actual physical space that may tie to this does feel like you've outgrown it, or it's too small, or it's got too much stuff in it. It kind of feels restricted for me. It is okay sometimes to follow a sequence of events or follow what you think should happen, unlike the way that you would normally go, because I'm getting really called to in regards to really following a sequence, like following a flow, even following some kind of direction that's helping you there. So if you need to seek advice from someone on that, definitely do that, because it is about kind of just following the rules just for this moment. And I would say, if you're called Wild Moon, that might not be the space that you like to be, because I think, oh, wild, you might not want to be, but it will serve you now. It really will. So just bear that in mind. See how it sits, how it shows up for you in that combination of work and home.
Cool. So I have a card for Tracy Lewis. Tracy, I feel as though you're going through a little bit of a period where you're feeling a little lost and you're looking for direction or enlightenment. Change is on its way. You're encouraged to be a little bit creative with how you push through things, how you deal with things. There is a reward at the end of the line. So whatever it is that you're dealing with, if it feels a little bit heavy and dark, just continue through it. Try to lighten your mood and your vibe a bit, because those new beginnings are coming in. Okay, Lovey, I hope that's helpful for you.
And thanks, Wild Moon, for the validation too. And we've got Debbie from YouTube. So we've got a couple of people joining us from YouTube. So welcome. I just, sorry, I've got a couple of cards here too. And hi, Chanel. Thanks. I just want to find who I was going to. All right, that's right. This is for Tanya D. So Tanya Duff. These cards have come up, and I pulled out two for you. And one is just understanding, because one's about emotions coming up. So that to appreciate that at the moment, and I'm going to say particularly at the moment, right, this point in time, and then you're going to have a little, so we could have felt rough over today. It could feel a little bit rough tomorrow with our emotions. They could just kind of come to the surface, but they're not always meant to be logical. So it's about this. They aren't actually always meant to be logical, and I hear the word trigger. So I know if anything comes up that is kind of spiking your emotions, where we're getting these triggers, that this is our opportunity to dive into and explore what sits deep under that. So why am I being triggered? Where's the work sit in that? And why does it sit in there? And where does that healing? And as I say that, I'm actually getting some discomfort around here, which is either means that it's causing you stress or heartache at the moment. So it's coming up there. But that pondering the why and processing that, because I'm getting this, you must be really able to do this, or you're really heady, like me, like you get in your head, right? So it must be something that sits there, because I'm aware of doing that. And you may even do it through the writing process, because they're showing me pens. So you may even do it in that way. And in doing it in that way, there's going to be a lot of growth. in a deeper level, because this feels like even when we might sort of unpack something to the point of childhood, where we really understand when we explore these triggers. So just kind of also look at other people around you and feel in. I don't want to say feel in, because I know, I'm getting the sense that you're able to do that, to feel in it to their agenda. Sorry, I'm battling. Feel into their agenda, and so you can avoid any kind of disappointment where people might be saying things that on the surface look good, but you just kind of know something's a little bit off. This is gonna, you just got, there's 3 days that really right now, and I know that obviously the energy at the moment is allowing us to kind of let go of things that don't serve us. So I would make the most of that too, Tanya, and use that to your advantage, particularly when we've got this type of energy around us. So, yeah, it is all about awareness and healing at the moment for you. So allow yourself to sit in that. Yeah. Jen?
Okay, I have a card for Pauline Wallington. Pauline, I feel there are some readjustments and things going on around you at the moment. There is an unexpected shift coming in, which will be successful. Also, there are some new relationships. So whether these are business partners or just platonic relationships, anything like that, they're coming on in for you. There's a lot of communication. Communication is highlighted a lot there. There are lots of little steps to take along your way, but you are on track. So what you are currently doing is taking you forward. So continue to go along the route that you're going, and look out for those helpful people and relationships that may be around you, Pauline.
Thanks, Jen. So there's a couple of people that I need to say hello to. So hi, Lee. Hi, Julie. Naomi. Just want to say Robert. Hi, Sarah. Donna, Sonia, Yvette, Eve. So if I've missed you, I am sorry. It's not my intention to miss you. I just want to let people know too, because I kind of forget. I have all these great intentions when I get out, before I get on here. It's like, right. If anyone kind of wants to learn a little bit about how to develop their own ability to connect into their intuition, and then ultimately, more than that. So connecting to our intuition is the first part, and then we want to turn it into our psychic skills. I offer free classes about every couple of months, and there's one coming up. So there is one coming up, and I'll just kind of tell you when that is, because I forgot. Second of July. So if you kind of got nothing to do on the 2nd of July and you would like to come and hang out and learn how to develop your psychic senses, that intuition space, then come and join us at the Psychic Mediumship College, which is kind of where I spend a lot of my time when I'm not reading and talking to you guys or your people that no longer have bodies. So our loved ones in spirit. So hopefully Chanel's around and she can put a link in there, because my chat is not doing what it's supposed to. So he's hoping. He's hoping. So on that note, I've got a card here for Sue M. So Sue, this is awesome. So I'm going to say, yay, Sue. Everyone wants Sue's card. This is about everything coming into alignment for you. So it could be you're going to get it confirmed in some kind of communication. I heard writing. Sorry. Sorry. Positive vibes. It's all about things working out in that space. If you're also contemplating a physical move, this is also showing up to it. That's I see the number 6. So whether it's 6 weeks or 6 months, but the 6 is significant in some way. I just want to check. It could be. It's like we are in June, so could it? But I don't think. I actually think it's a little bit further down the road. So that's coming up for you, nice and strong too. But everything's on track. And even what you're doing to occupy yourself and occupy your time, like that feels purposeful, or you've identified your purpose, because this is I hear the word purpose is showing up. So whether you've been struggling to find that and now you feel like, hey, I found my thing, and you're now starting to kind of spend more time in that space, it's really nice. Even if you haven't, it's really, really close. And there's nothing better than spending a majority of our time doing something that is purposeful. That's what we do.
Yes.
Take me a while to get here, but it is what we do now. Yeah, I joke, but I really did go through life kicking and screaming. So no, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not doing it.
Sometimes circumstances happen.
Yeah, there is a stunning full moon tonight. That is correct, Debbie. So if anyone wants to release their crap, that's normally when you do it in a full moon. This one's got a little bit different energy, so I'm going to say discern a little bit more on what you want to release, rather than just going, oh, I'm going to get rid of everything. It's more of a discernment in that space, and even in that space, contemplating how it sits in regards to certain types of relationships. So consider that. Jen, do you want to pull a card?
Sure.
On to anyone?
I have some cards for Irma. Irma, your social skills and expression are very much at the fore at the moment. You are asked to use your captivating energy and inspiration to help you get through anything that you need support with. There's a lot of creativity and community around you. It is perhaps time to unleash a bit of your inner artist or something that makes you feel creative and good, and that you can really sink your teeth into and get into. I see you really enjoying something it's more about the fun that you get from it rather than what you put out and that type of thing, love. So, yes, continue with the hope and optimism and excitement. Be enthusiastic about what's to come and how you deal with things in life. Yeah, that's about it for now, sweetheart. Thanks, you.
Jen. If any of the things that we say resonate, land, what you kind of needed to hear today, let us know. It's really good to understand, how you're receiving our messages. So we appreciate kind of the interaction in that space. This is for Donna. I think it was Ferguson, yeah. So got a couple of cards here. One's all about relationships. So it is about that relationships, and relationships, I'm going to say, they're making me aware of, bringing you to your knees. So really that kind of profound stuff. So this could be a younger person or children or grandchildren. There's something about it being younger in that space. And as I consider that, the other thing that I'm being made aware of is the level of self-care that you need to give to yourself. So that's really important. So replenish yourself. Sorry, guys, I've been battling to talk all week. So to really look after yourself. I should listen. This might be for me too, Donna. So to really look after yourself and have some self-care. Jen, have you got a card?
I haven't got one yet. Sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, so
just give me a second.
So Donna, look after yourself. I'm going to say that, and I'm going to listen to my own advice in that space. I did have a card here for someone else too, so I'm just going to try and get my words out
Rolling
before my throat totally gives in. So this is for Jessica R, and I pulled from messages from Spirit. So this is enjoy the flow and trust that the current events will take you exactly where you are, and enjoy the wins and the little bits of success that are going to come into your way. And just remember that Spirit, a Spirit will keep your head above water in any of those challenges that come up for you in this space. Jen, do you want to take over?
Yep, sure. This reading is for, oh my, who had the dog? Sue Middlebrook. Sue, I feel that you may be cutting ties, perhaps with a work situation or something. There is an ending, but I don't feel you'll be burning any bridges. I feel that you will go with grace, although the timing may be a little bit off for you. So if you're worried that you might be prematurely leaving or something, I feel that it's not too far off that you should leave or could leave the situation. Just wait a tiny bit before you make that final decision. But once you do, I think that you will go on a new type of journey where you're perhaps traveling more with work or something like that. There's something more about travel and journeys. Yeah, so just put a little bit more energy and time into when you make that final decision to move on and start something new, love. Okay, thank you.
Donna, you might have to kind of watch the replay before I had the kind of coughing attack. But the full reading will be there, so you'll be able to kind of go back. Sometimes Chanel can help us out in regards to what time it was and things like that. All right, so I was drawn to Yvette, so I just want to, Yvette Wilson. So great. When you're not, it has been a little bit of a stretch this week to get through it. I will say that, Pauline. So thanks. Yeah, my voice normally is giving out in the afternoon, so thank goodness there's no class tonight. So this is for Yvette. Okay, so Yvette, we've got one here that is talking about once again self-care, but in a different way. So I just want to add a little bit to that. Okay, so when I ask what that's about, it's interesting. It's not self-care in the normal sense of it. It's self-care more in regards to allowing yourself to be open to expanding, to saying be teachable. So it's about being open to being shown new ways of doing things or to push yourself in a way to allow for growth. And as I get this, I'm also being made aware of your ear or hearing. Now, if you get any weird sensations in your ears, obviously go and get them checked by a doctor. But it could be spirit trying, because it's reminding me of when spirit's trying to tune us in and they will play with our ears. And sometimes we're going to hear really weird things like sounds and frequencies in there. So if you're on any kind of journey of learning or personal growth in that space, they're addressing this. So it is talking to you about kind of being really open and allowing them to work with you so they can really connect with you, and to letting go of any kind of how you think it should be or any rigidity of the process. Sometimes we get in our own way in regards to how we think spirit should communicate with us, and it feels tied into that. Sorry. So it does feel tied into that. So let go of that and just allow them to show up however they show up. Yeah, I know, Pauline. It's like one of my students said to me today that I should be on one of those call lines and I could make some money with my deep voice. I joke that it sounds like I've had 50 cigarettes today. I don't know. I think the last time I smoked, I was like 15. It's probably why the nuns kicked me out. I used to go and hide in the bathrooms and smoke cigarettes when I was at boarding school. Yeah, there's a reason why it didn't last. So, all right. So I'm going to do, are you ready to go for someone? Or I'm going to do some quick card pulls and hopefully my throat. I'm just going to do really fast.
You have a drink. I'll read this for Melissa Fabian. Melissa, I feel that there's more education, or you will move into a teaching space with whatever it is that you do. Looks like you're doing a lot of manifesting and shedding old things or something that is no longer of purpose for you. Let your talent shine is what I am getting through. So you're a natural influencer, and you have the ability to attract fame and fortune and that type of things. So continue with your manifesting. It's all there lining up, and it's looking good, sweetheart. Hope that's helpful.
Super exciting. So Yvette, so your ears, weird noises. Yeah, I kind of thought so. You should, depending on where you are and what you're doing on the 2nd of July, you should definitely come to that class, that free class. So, because I think Spirit's trying to get something through to you. If you've got that sensation, 100%. All right. So let me kind of do some quick ones. Yep. Oh, awesome. Look forward to meeting you. I want to see. So this is for Monica. I'm going to do a couple of fast ones here. So this is trust your inner compass. So that to me, inner compass got this thing, right? I say this to all my clients. Let this decide things for you guys. Not this, right? Don't let this decide. This is not going to lie to you. This is very, very accurate. This job, it's to keep you safe. That's what it's here for, right? This is to get you where you need to be as fast as you can without a heap of drama. So follow your compass, which is your heart. It actually is your heart. So I just want to see. Okay, you will. All right. Awesome. So this is for Cassie. So for Cassie, if you're feeling a little bit stuck, it's a kind of a nice little card you're laying down there. Feeling a little bit stuck, I'm hearing flow of change. So I know that we've got this kind of ebbs and flow. So if you kind of notice that life's a little bit like this, it's like, oh, it's up and then it's down and it's up and it's down. That's okay, because it is how it is supposed to be. So if you feel stuck, I'm being made aware that is shifting and changing. Thanks. They're also making me aware too, if you're avoiding looking after yourself, please do that, because I just heard avoiding that. Thank you. They're also making me aware too that, thanks. Sometimes you're a little bit too flexible. So think about boundaries. Think about where you kind of say yes when you really want to say no. So they're making me aware that your boundaries could be a little bit stronger. So it resonates, Cassie? Excellent. Yeah, great. I'm up at 3 a.m. Wow. Why? I'm going to say why. Unless you have a sleep pattern like mine, you should be in bed. Thank you. What are you doing up? All right. So hi, Mary. How are you? Thanks for joining us. All right. So, all right. So I'm going to go with, let me just see.
I have one here for Chanel. Chanel, I have movement for you, sweetheart. Any obstacles that are in your path, you'll have the opportunity to leap forward, leap over them. I think there's part of you where you need to free your spirit a little bit. Go for it. It's a good time to make progress with whatever it is that you're considering, and it brings in a new perspective in your life. And you could have some temptations put in your way over the next, it feels like 1 or 2 months, lovey. So I hope that's helpful, Chanel.
Thanks, Jen. All right, so this is for Diane. So Diane with green heart. Okay. So they're making me aware of learning through experiences. Now, sometimes these are not always fun, but they are making me aware of that. A lot of transformation, a lot of healing around you. You may be drawn to be in nature or connect with green or work with anything that's green. Did you have a green heart? Because there's lots of green on this. And that's, I think you did, didn't you? Yeah, you did. So it might be your color. Also water. So think about that. Think about how you can just, even sometimes if you can't always get to the water, how you can create that at home or where you are, where you're allowed to put yourself in some kind of water, because I'm being made aware sometimes even just putting your hands in there is a really great thing for you.
You're right. This card is for Casey. Casey, I feel as though the work front for you is changing as well. You've got a lot of fast changes around you. I feel that your workflow and what you are currently doing to what you will be in a very short amount of time will change dramatically. You will get where you want to go. There is a new light ahead. So whatever it is that you're considering, keep moving towards that. Everything will change quickly and for the better for you. I feel that you're thinking outside of the box, or you will need to think outside of the box. And it's a very earthy feel. Okay, thank you, Casey. I hope that's helpful, love.
You are welcome, Monica, and it makes sense for you, Diane. So, yep, that's great. All right, so let's we'll do a couple more, and then we'll do like a big reading. So let me just go. So, all right, so let me kind of see where we're at. All right. So I'm doing. Have you done Ray?
No.
No, even though you've done
a
double dip. You can get two readings, Ray. So a different card to what I had just then, but kind of similar meaning. And this couple of things. One, I'm seeing even though it's not on here, a lot of crystals, clear crystals, or those that are really translucent. So I'm going to say if you don't work with them, maybe have a couple around at the moment, because I am being made aware of transformation. So that whole, butterfly in a cocoon, come out kind of different thing, this real metamorphosis for you. This is, it's feeling kind of really freeing, almost like you can breathe deeper, or you have this ability to be kind of just, I feel like I can be me. There's a little bit of restrictions still around that, so it's not 100% comfortable, but it's more like, this is what I want, so this is what I'm going for, where I can kind of be me more and not have to conform or follow the rules like I used to. So if I'm going to say, get yourself some crystals if you don't have some, and if you do, work with those that are a little bit more translucent, and a lighter color in this space. Things are going to be really different for you now in a really nice way. So that allow yourself to work with them, sit with those kind of intentions, put a lot of focus in this. It's amazing when you focus what you can achieve. And I don't mean, as far as tick off things on a list. I actually think in regards to manifesting or creating. So I'm aware of that focus being really, really big for you. Yeah. So, yep. All right. So that was for Ray Golden. Yeah. All right. So, Jen?
Cheryl Leclerc. Cheryl, I feel you may be in a position where you feel a little bit stuck or trapped, as though you're caught up in something that you can't get yourself out of. But in fact, if you do a little bit of creative thinking, you can start making changes to anything that's outdated. You can reinvent things, create something new to work towards. It's all about timing for you, and the timing may just be a little bit off at the moment, but keep considering your direction and where you want to go, love, and how you will go about it. Okay, Cheryl.
So if anyone likes to would like to connect with Jen, don't forget that there's links in this feed and at the top of the post, and that she has an offer for anyone that is drawn to her, 20% off all her readings. I'm going to recommend it. I said best reading I've ever had. And I'm fussy. I'm fussy, and apparently I'm really annoying to read. So, and I will say this too, and I meant to share it earlier before I pulled it. I've got a card here, so for someone I know. I remember watching one of your readings because you have to record them, and I knew this person in a different world. I knew them, and I watched this reading, and you connected with their grandmother. And the way that you did it, the way Jen works is it's a very, she explains everything that she sees. So it's a really immersive experience. She'll take you almost into the movie that she's experiencing. And I could see that that's what you were doing with this person as you were explaining everything, as you were explaining, how they were traveling together and what they could kind of see, like out the windows of the plane, and then where they got to and what it looked like. With this, and it was the last trip that this person or the last time they'd seen their grandmother, is what Jen explained, and it was just so amazing. And I've seen this person in readings lots of times before, and it was the first time that I really saw that deep healing that readings can create, and that you were able to facilitate that for them. And I just thought, wow, that's just so amazing too. Well, one, I'm privileged for me to kind of be watching it from a distance as your teacher, but it was amazing, the healing that you gave them.
Thank you. Yeah, some of them have great stories behind them, and they're easy to move into. And yeah,
so
I like to go into the energy of the soul and read that rather than what the person is saying or
yeah. It's really amazing. So my card that I've got is for Kelly A. So it's a really beautiful card. Probably can't see it very well because of the light, but it's about appreciation and allowing that energy of gratitude, which is, I think, spoken about so much that sometimes we forget how profound it is, and what it actually does on an emotional level, but also a biological level, gratitude. And how that, and remembering to stay connected to that, will sort of keep you going. So it's going to energize you. It's going to keep you moving forward to focus on that, and that does fuel you. The other thing too is I'm being made aware of sun. So I don't know if you go out in the morning before sort of 8 o'clock. In Sydney, it's kind of cold, but that also is part of charging you up. So if you ever kind of feel a little bit lackluster, a little bit flat, connect into the sun, Kelly, and it will serve you really well, but also connect into that gratitude. That's the thing that is always going to move you forward in a really, I'm going to say, graceful and beautiful way. So, Jen, would you like to we'll do like a big card reading now?
Yep, sure.
So for anyone that didn't get a reading, please let us know, like 1, 2, or 3, and we'll both contribute to that reading, and we'll formulate it together. So we'll both pull cards for 1, we'll both pull cards for 2, and we'll both pull cards for 3. So that's what we will do. That's lovely, Kelly. That's awesome. Really, really good. All right, so we'll obviously start with number 1 because it kind of makes sense. That's what we're aiming for, but who knows on a Friday afternoon, particularly with me, could go rogue. We could go backwards. So, all right. So, and just for those that wonder, as I pull the card, I connect into you guys. It's like all the people that ask for 1, what do they need to know? I'm going to breathe, connect up, and do it. All right. So for those that are drawn to number 1, it will either be the whole message, part of the message. Sometimes it's just a word that just lands. So listen to it and just allow it to kind of wash over you in this process. So for those that are 1, this is about Thanks. It's about it. I'm going to say your time to achieve. So if you've been putting something off, now is the time to put the energy into what you're trying to create, how you're trying to move forward. It's interesting too. So for some reason, I'm getting shown a triangle. So if you do anything that has any kind of where you would do a formation in any way, some people do sigils, anything like that. Work with that shape. I'm also being made aware of the more that you kind of do this, the more momentum that will occur for you in that space. Jen?
So card 1 for me, I also get energy levels and energy, the divine matrix, that type of energy. There's no need to overextend yourself. Just guard your energy and remain focused. It will all pay off. Yes, there's just a lot of harmony and good energy awaiting. So cruise on.
That was our number ones. So those that are drawn to number 2. So if that was your card, the things that are coming up for me in this space is a real reflection, and that reflection without any kind of judgment, any kind of evaluation, just awareness to around whatever's you are working your way through. So it's just about kind of just having an awareness and reflecting on it. They're also making me aware too that by doing this process and reflecting, it's going to open up some kind of change for you in a really easy way. So that's really nice too. And there's going to be also like those aha moment. I can't speak. Oh God, I still can't say it. Aha moments. Oh, my mouth has stopped working. Sorry, guys. Those drop-ins are also showing up too. There's a couple of significant numbers that come up here in this for you too, which is, I just want to check, right? 12, thanks, and 6. So the other thing too is I know October is going to be a really nice time. So if we kind of feel like we're in a space that's just kind of not moving how we want it to, they're showing me once we get to that part of the year, it's almost like everything opens up for you and it becomes a lot easier. And this is where that flow of life is really going to get, I'm going to say, some momentum around it that they're talking about.
So I've got similar type cards as well for number 2. So it's about looking into yourself and seeing the real me. Light yourself up to show who and what you are. What you put out into the world helps bring in the desires and things that you want. There are a lot of blessed opportunities and things around you. And good high vibes will help speed up the process. So if you're wanting to bring something new and good in, or to see the best of yourself, raise your vibration to bring in that energy.
What's the thing that you do to raise your vibration, Jen?
Dance.
Same. I just go for one before every reading.
Yeah.
80s music really loud. 80s music
Yes.
really loud. And so spirit can yell their way through that. I go, all right, you're worth listening to. If you can't yell your way through, it's like, oh, you're not trying hard enough, spirit. Try harder, try harder. All right. So our number 3s. So let's kind of see what what we need to get for our number 3s. All right. So I just want to, okay. So number 3. So interesting. Great, I'm going to say, great connection to, I want to say Mother Earth, but it could just be, it could also be astrology. So 3s are going to either be connected to the stars or above. It is about connection to something that's really big. It is also about being open to, we were talking about spirit, but this is more than that for you guys for number 3s. This is that higher people, that our bigger spiritual team, those that are ascended masters, angels, really working in that space. It could even be, big, ancestors it could be cultural ancestors or something that has a real cultural connection for you to work for. It is also about looking after and nurturing your body, your actual physical body, and remembering to really breathe deeply into your belly. And it's interesting too because that's a great it has so many benefits. I could go into all of them, but it is about that whole body connection. That's a really big thing for you guys. Grounding is coming up really strong too. So this is that connection of energy and physical for number 3. So it's that, yes, I'm connected up to, these higher realms or the energies that are on the earth, but then it's also, how do I have this in my body and what does it do within my body, and am I aware of my body? So that breath, that releasing of energy. Get your shoes off, guys. It's like, get your shoes off and start, being like a little kid. This is really important because I'm aware of the biological aspect for you guys. So that's going to be super, super important, that we're not talking about a woo-woo space, but we are using woo-woo practices to make a big difference in the physical space. That's the thing for you. And you have this really strong connection to ancestors and things that are a little bit more than our average Joe Blow, people without bodies.
Cool. So for this last group, I also got Oracle Gift. For me, this is getting the fire under your belly to move into that spiritual space, create a new beginning, part of your life purpose. It's like a fresh start, moving toward the types of energies and the things that you want to experience and do. There is a great deal of esoteric energy around you. And this card also is saying, make sure you stay grounded while you're trying to attain these other heights and move into these other areas.
It's interesting. It's always an interesting space, isn't it? I used to find when I was learning, it's like, well, aren't we trying to go up and you're telling me to go down? I always couldn't wrap my brain around that, people. So thank you for being here. Don't forget, Jen has 20% off for readings for the next week if you want to kind of connect with her. She's awesome. If you want to come and hang out with me on the 2nd of July, got nothing else to do, and you want to learn some stuff, and have some fun, and hopefully my throat will be good by then. Then do that. There is links here within the chat. Thank you. We haven't done this for a very, very long time, so I appreciate you guys being here. It is something that I need to show up for a little bit more, so I will try and do that. So thank you, Jen, for sharing your gift with everyone. I appreciate it. You're awesome. Your energy is awesome. I look forward to when your vision board card reading because that sounds super cool. Super cool. I've never seen that. I think everyone should go and get that done. Yeah,
fun.
Yeah, 100%. Thanks, guys. Enjoy your weekend, whatever you are doing, wherever you are. I appreciate you spending some time with us and connecting, and hopefully in some way the messages that we have given you today will serve you. Look after yourselves and remember to be kind to people. Bye.
Bye, everyone.